Hey everyone, welcome back. It's hard to believe we're already talking about preparing for tax season, but believe me, a little planning now can save you a lot of stress in 2025. If you're like most people, filing taxes can feel a little overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. Today, I'm going to walk you through a few simple steps you can take right now to make filing your 2024 federal tax return as smooth as possible. And here's something you might not know. Getting organized early can even help you get your refund faster and avoid costly errors. So, whether you've filed taxes for years or you're new to the process, these tips will set you up for success. Let's start with one of the easiest things you can do right now: gathering and organizing your tax documents. I know it sounds simple, but this step makes a huge difference. You're going to want to keep an eye out for documents like your W-2 from your employer or 1099 forms if you're a freelancer, contractor, or have earned other types of income. Don't forget about interest statements from your bank, forms for unemployment compensation, or records for gig work. If you sold any digital assets or earned money from platforms like Etsy or Uber, you'll want to track those too. And here's a little tip: create a dedicated folder, digital or physical, and drop these documents in as you get them. That way, you're not scrambling to find everything at the last minute. If you're someone who prefers apps, there are even tax organization tools available that can help you upload, scan, and sort documents on the go. Also, if you've had any big life changes like a new address or a name change, make sure you notify the IRS and Social Security Administration. It's a small step, but it can prevent delays in processing your return. Next, let's talk about something that catches a lot of people off guard: checking your tax withholding. If you owed taxes last year or got a massive refund, it means your withholding might not be aligned with your current income or situation. This is especially true if you started a new job, picked up a side hustle, or had a big life event like getting married or divorced or welcoming a new baby. Here's the good news: the IRS has a tool called the Tax Withholding Estimator, and it's super easy to use. You just plug in a few details about your income and how much tax has already been withheld, and it gives you clear guidance on whether you need to adjust. If you do, all you need to do is update your W-4 form with your employer. And if you're self-employed or have significant side income, like freelance work, investment earnings, or rental property income, you should also think about making estimated tax payments. These are payments you send to the IRS each quarter to avoid penalties and big tax bills in April. The final estimated payment for 2024 is due in January, so it's worth planning ahead. A simple habit to build is setting aside 25 to 30% of each payment you receive so you're ready when those deadlines hit. Now, let's talk about something that can speed up your refund: direct deposit. If you want to avoid the wait and hassle of paper checks, direct deposit is your best bet. You just need your bank account and routing number, which you can usually find in your online banking app or on your paper checks. If you don't have a bank account yet, now might be the perfect time to open one. There are many FDIC-insured banks or credit unions that offer low-cost options, and there are even programs specifically designed for veterans. If you prefer using mobile apps like Cash App or prepaid debit cards, those often allow direct deposits too, but be sure to check for the correct routing and account numbers. While we're on the topic of refunds, it's worth mentioning that the IRS processes most electronic tax returns within 21 days. However, there are a few exceptions that might delay your refund. For example, if you're claiming the Earned Income Tax Credit or the Additional Child Tax Credit, refunds won't be released until mid-February because of fraud prevention measures. So, if you qualify for those, just know that a little patience will go a long way. Another tool that can make life so much easier is the IRS Online account. If you don't already have one, it's definitely worth setting up. It's basically your personal tax dashboard. You can see your past returns, track your payments, view your tax balance, and even set up payment plans if you owe taxes. You can also download wage and income transcripts, which are super helpful if you're missing a tax document and need to get your numbers right. The setup process requires a photo ID to verify your identity, so it's good to take care of this step now and avoid delays later. Speaking of credits and deductions, life changes can really impact your taxes, and it's easy to miss out on savings if you're not aware. For example, if you welcomed a new child, purchased a home, went back to school, or even made energy-efficient improvements to your house, you could qualify for significant credits. The child tax credit for 2024 is up to $2,000 per child under 17, And there are also credits for dependents over 17 or childcare expenses. If you've purchased an electric vehicle or upgraded your home with energy-efficient systems, there are credits available for those too. Keep records of these expenses throughout the year to maximize your savings. If you're wondering where to get help, you've got a few options. For those who prefer professional support, tax preparers like CPAs or enrolled agents can help you navigate complex situations. The key here is choosing someone trustworthy and qualified, and the IRS actually has a directory of verified preparers on their website. If you're comfortable filing yourself, IRS Free File is a great resource, especially for people with simple returns. And if you're part of the military community, you can take advantage of MilTax, which offers free filing tools tailored to military-specific situations. And one last thing to keep in mind is tax scams. Unfortunately, tax season is prime time for scammers who try to impersonate the IRS or trick you into sharing personal information. Remember, the IRS will never call, email, or text you asking for immediate payment or sensitive details. If something feels off, always verify directly through irs.gov. So now, at this point, you've got all the tools you need to get ahead for tax season. Start gathering your documents, double-check your withholding, set up direct deposit, and take a look at your IRS online account. A little preparation now will save you so much time and stress later, and you'll be on track to file a complete and accurate return. If you made it this far, have you started yet? Let me know in the comments what step you're focusing on first. Are you organizing your tax forms, or maybe setting up an IRS account? I'd love to hear from you. And as always, if you have any questions, drop them below and I'll help out where I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.